Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Cardinal Sports Complex for CTN's live coverage of high school football. It's homecoming week in Coon Rapids as the Cardinals host the Spring Lake Park Panthers. Joe Young, Howie Shapiro up above the action, and Howie, an exciting night for football, a brisk and blustery night on the field.
Yeah, two really good teams and trying to go in the same direction. The Cardinals coming off a loss, their first of the season. Spring Lake Park losing 2 in a row by a touchdown each. So this is an opportunity for them to get off the schneid and get back onto a winning course. But they certainly do not want to, Cardinals do not want to let them spoil their homecoming.
Well, the game getting going a few minutes early, and that kind of almost got disrupted by the cross-country club.
Oops.
That typically carries the football from one field to the other.
It was already there.
From Spring Lake Park, and it was coming out to deliver the game ball. And they were already lined up, ready to kick off. The Panthers will put it into play, and we are underway. And that one skips off a Cardinal. It's scooped up at the 13 by Shy Williams. Makes some moves, spins back to his right, and now buried under a pile of white jerseys at about the 18-yard line.
Nice job by the kickoff unit for Spring Lake Park. Just really staying in their alleys and not allowing Shy to get around that corner. Did a really good job of bottling up, really kind of forcing the Cardinal offense to start a little deeper in their territory than they would like.
Return. Blocking the back, number 47, Red.
Drive that was
it's going to be half the distance to the goal.
Around. It skipped off one player. Williams able to scoop it up and get at least some positive yardage. And there was a flag on the far side of the field, and that'll back the Cardinals up to the 10-yard line. So they will start this way, way deep in their own end. Jake Van Holzen, empty backfield for the Cardinals on 1st and 10. Handoff goes to Sonny Tao. He's not going to get around the corner. Undercut for a loss of a yard. And it'll be 2nd and 11.
Yeah, and that was a really nice job by Sam Fritz coming in and bringing him down. Cardinals going the wrong way here to start their first drive. You know, Coach Edwards says, yeah, good week of practice, but they want to get back onto the field after suffering that loss.
Van Holzen out of the shotgun now with Taylor in the backfield with him. Handoff goes to Taylor running right. No, he kept it. Stiff arm, and he's brought down back inside the 5-yard line, and the Cardinals in a deep hole early.
And nobody to pass to, but he's got to get rid of that football. He held that a little bit too long, looking for a receiver, and now puts him 3rd and long in a very difficult situation deep in their own territory. And again, not the way they wanted to start this drive. Nice job, but give credit to that defense from Spring Lake Park doing a really nice job of covering, not letting anybody get out wide, and we've seen that on a couple of plays. And then sure, tackling is important, and that's what they've done here on this first drive so far.
Dead ball foul. Delay a game offense.
Yeah, I couldn't have started off worse this first drive for Coon Rapids.
3rd down.
Start from their own 10 and have only gone backwards. Now 3rd and 17 from the 3.
Yeah, not a lot you have in your playbook for 3rd and this long.
From this deep.
Yeah, from this deep. There you see the numbers on Van Holzen so far for this season.
Handoff goes to Taylor, try and get something up the middle. He's out across the 5 to the 8. Give Aurelius at least a little bit more room to get a punt away.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they wanted to do, is just get a little further away from the shadow of their own goal line. And this is a drive that the Cardinals will want to forget.
Sam Fritz standing at the Cardinal 40 awaiting the Aurelius punt. It won't get that far. It's going to bounce at the 28, and it's going to pretty much die right there. The Panthers will take over, foaming at the mouth with the ball 1st and 10 from the opposing 29-yard line.
Great field position for Spring Lake Park to start their first drive on the road here. And then this Cardinal defense gets tested early.
Short field for the very run-heavy Panther offense.
Oh, they play that veer. They've played it for a very long time.
Handoff left side goes to Bergman. He's got a good carry of about 8 down to the 21-yard line.
Bergman comes into this game with 7 touchdowns, 6 on the ground and 1 through the air. He's averaging, Joe, a little over 6 yards, about 6.5 yards per carry, 122 yards per game. Now, we've seen 3 weeks in a row now with Emmanuel Tamba at Park Center and I'm drawing a blank on Irondale's. Yeah, thanks. Freiberg. With Irondale and now here with Bergman.
This time it's a keeper for Dunbar. He's got the first down to the 15-yard line. Hide the ball. 3 good athletes coming at you out of that backfield with Dunbar, Bergman, and Oriana.
Well, you've got four rushers in the stat line for Spring Lake Park that is averaging over 4 yards a carry.
Dunbar pitches. In a whole lot of trouble is Bergman, and he is stopped by Shai Williams back at the 27-yard line. And that one did not go as planned for the Panthers.
And there's a flag down on the play, but great pursuit by the defense and really a heads-up play by Shai Williams as he's able to make sure that Bergman did not get away. There you're going to see pitch at the last second. Watch number 5 come in your picture and do a really nice job of wrapping him up and bring him to the turf. I guess there was no flag.
2nd and 21 from the 26. Bergman goes in motion, handoff goes Oriana. He goes left, gets the original line of scrimmage and twists forward for a gain of 3 more. So a nice carry on 2nd and long to make it 3rd and manageable, and right back knocking at the Cardinals' door.
Oh, good fake by Dunbar. Brought the defense over towards him.
Third and 7. Dunbar will pitch. Bergman running right. Wrapped up and dropped just inside the 10. It'll set up 4th and about 4.
A good situation now for the Cardinal defense in 4th and 4, and it's not as easy to get in this situation. Obviously 4-down territory for Spring Lake Park as you see the pitch there to Bergman.
We saw a team last week that was just fine kicking a field goal from this distance.
Not in this case, though. They're going for it. For Spring Lake Park, you look at the ledger, not a kicker with a field goal so far this season.
And they got the Cardinals to jump. No need to snap it. They'll get the first down for free, and that'll put them
dead ball
at
foul.
1st and goal.
Encroachment, number 9 defense. Half the distance, first down.
It's a couple of penalties. Now, we talk about it every week. Penalties that they just can't have.
No, and those are the kind of penalties. Coach talked about hustle penalties and being aggressive and he can accept those. But those are penalties that are
first and goal from the 4. Bergman runs left, still fighting, but pushed back right at the 1. It'll be 2nd and goal from there.
Now Cardinals are making, with the short field that they have, Cardinals are making them earn this. And of course, you give them that first down with that encroachment penalty. Good job by Protas doing a nice job of wrapping him up and bringing him down along with some of his friends.
Handoff goes to Bergman again, and he's in the end zone. Touchdown, Spring Lake Park in the first quarter.
Panthers going to score here first as they did a nice job on their first defensive series. Got a short field.
Well, they came out, took advantage of their short field and poked it home, assisted by a Cardinal penalty. Kick is up and good, and it is a 7-0 lead for the Panthers.
Well, Spring Lake Park in their game last week, Joe, that just 7 points against Hopkins in a 14-7 loss. So you're going to see the Bergman touchdown again.
Another look at the 1-yard dive for Bergman to put the Panthers on the board. So the Cardinals sputter on offense. A penalty put them in. They're deep in their own end, and then miscue or two pinned him very deep. Spring Lake Park, a very short field, and they have the very early lead at 7-0. Lukens to boot it away. Shy Williams from the 15. Williams finding a seam in the middle, tripped up and taken to the turf at the 28. Better place to start for the Cardinals. Like to introduce CTN to the newest member of our team, Jen Halverson, joining the staff down on the sideline. Jen, welcome to CTN.
Hi guys, thanks so much. Well, this game did not start off how the Cardinals wanted it to. Head coach of the Coon Rapids team, Mal Edwards, said he wanted to see how this team bounces back after their first loss last week. Their big keys for tonight were to not make so many penalties and leave guys open on the receiving end, which the start tonight was not what they ended up doing. They already had a penalty on a false start, which ended up aiding in this Spring Lake Park's first touchdown of the night.
All right, Jen, thanks so much, and welcome to the team. We'll hear from her at halftime as well. Short run for the Cardinals on first down. We'll set up 2nd and 7.
Now they're going the right way this time in their second drive with a bit of a positive gain here.
They'll go back to the empty backfield. Van Holzen out of the shotgun. 3 receivers to his right. He's got Miles Taylor and Avant Shannon set up to his left. He'll look for Taylor in the flat, and that pass not close. But even if had they got it to Taylor there, that was well defended by the Panthers.
He would not have had that pass been caught. He would not have gained much. There was a defender right there to put a hit on him. There you see last week's numbers from the game against Irondale for Jake Van Holzen.
Van Holzen on 3rd and 7, throws over the middle, it's blocked. Big defensive play now by Derek Bergman.
Yeah, and he had Nolan open and on a fly pattern, and an opportunity for him to get the ball, but a great defensive play to get a hand on it. You're going to see it here.
Good athletic play by Bergman, getting up there and getting a hand on the ball.
So 2 drives and two 3 and outs so far for Coon Rapids.
Relius gets off a better punt, although he was under pressure. Fair catch made by Sam Fritz at the 43-yard line.
Spring Lake Park pressuring on special teams, forcing Aurelius to make sure he got off a good punt before a couple of Panthers were right there on top of him. Head coach Mal Edwards.
Still great field position, but last time they took over inside the 30.
Much better field position.
Now from their
time.
own 43. We'll see what the Panthers are able to do. They were able to move the ball pretty effectively, and then were held to 4th and short. Hand off and a big gain. Oriana to the Cardinal 30. I guess they have that field position after all.
Well, they wanted to get back to where they were to start that first drive, and Oriani did just that. You can see big hole, and he's got some speed to him. He's gonna outrace Taylor.
They'll mark it at the 32. Handoff this time goes to Bergman, bounces back to his right, falls across the 25 to the 24, a gain of 8.
It's that quick give to the running backs. They get a good head of steam, but a quick give. Just getting past the defensive front for Coon Rapids, able to, as you saw there, pick up 8 yards at a crack. Cardinals are gonna have to figure that out here early.
Keeping it this time is Dunbar. He'll dive ahead for the first down inside the 20 to the 18.
You have to be so concerned about the number of running backs that they use here that Dunbar was doing a nice job carrying the ball on his own.
First and 10, handoff goes to Bergman, left side, breaks
Fumble.
the tackle, dropped the ball.
I think the Cardinals have it.
Cardinals say they do, and now the officials agree. Cardinals deep. Oh no.
No.
Cardinals. The officials do not agree.
Looked like the Cardinals had it. I think he took it away.
That's a big
Huge
recovery for the Panthers.
Let's see it again. Great job stripping the ball.
It was Antonio Manos reaching in and just ripping it free. But the Panthers able to get back on top of it. Still a gain of 7, 2nd and 3. Oriana right up the middle. This time he is pushed back. And it'll be 3rd and short.
It was it was Sam Britz originally who fell on that ball. Looked like Bergman was trying to get that fumble back, but the lineman's there right on the spot.
Dunbar on the keeper, cuts upfield, stays on his feet, touchdown, Spring Lake Park, and they're up 2 scores still in this first quarter.
Yeah, and that really takes what Coon Rapids wants to do in offense kind of out of their game plan. Now trailing by, with an extra point, could be 14 here. Takes them away. They want to have a balanced offense, but now you're down by 2 scores. You have to maybe throw the ball a little bit more. So a couple of missed tackles there. Great job keeping his feet. Able to fall into the end zone for the Panthers' 2nd score of the game, and they've made it look easy so far running against this Cardinal defense.
Kick is up and good. Marvin Lamine puts it through, and it is 14.
They see a couple of missed tackles by the Cardinals, allowing Dunbar to reach the end zone. He's just going to cut it up inside. Does a great job of keeping his balance, staying off the turf until he crosses that stripe. A lot of smiles on the Panthers sideline, and well so, because they've been able to capitalize the first drive on good field position. The second drive, a nice run to put them right back there. 6 plays, 57 yards, 2:35 off the clock. 10-yard run by Dunbar for the score.
Panthers couldn't have planned it any more perfectly.
Nope. On the
They kick the ball, get 2 3-and-outs, 2 short fields, 2 touchdowns.
Well, it's certainly not like.
And a 2-touchdown, it's a 14-0 lead with still 1:53 to go in the first quarter, silencing the homecoming crowd. This one bounces, and Williams has to chase it back to the 13. Bounces off first contact, but finally swarmed under right at the 15-yard line. And once again, Cardinal offense going to start with the long field.
Yeah, I mean, that is exactly not what they want to do. They want to have that good field position. This Shai Williams, I think, took a big hit at the end of that play. Seems to be okay, but the Cardinal can't completely get away from what they want to do. But I think they have to mix things up a little bit, and probably a little sooner than they wanted to.
Handoff goes to Taylor, spins away, finds some room, gets some speed to the corner, and he turns it on down the sideline, lowers his shoulder as he gets it out to the 43.
And that young man is not afraid to dish it out at contact. He's gonna dish it out before somebody can dish it out to him. You're gonna see at the end of the road, nice job blocking on the edge. He's gonna bounce off a block, and then you mentioned good speed to the outside. And watch the contact here by Miles Taylor at the end on the defender. Nice run for Miles. There you see his season numbers. Looking to add, obviously, to that tonight.
Handoff goes to Taylor, this time to the right side, following Forrest Wolf as the up back. He's going to gain about 4. Taylor looking to the sidelines for maybe a quick breather.
You know, it's one of those players that plays both offense and defense.
So many of them on this team. The Wolf shifts right to left. Play action, throw, looking long about Shannon. Wide open, he turns it on. Touchdown, Cardinals!
Well, that's exactly what they needed to do. Shannon gets behind the defense, and it was a very pretty throw from Jake Van Hulsen as he hits him mostly in stride. And you saw his speed at the end of that play, able to outrace a defender to the end zone. Cardinals, that's a big shot in the arm for them. Fake to Taylor, but look at that pass. He had to wait a little bit on it, but no defender there to really give him any harm on the way out, and he's going to outrace the Spring Lake Panther defender to the end zone. That was Joey Sorensen.
Kick is through for Finley, and it is a 14-7 game rather quickly.
Yeah, well, they didn't waste any time there to throw, but just quick throw to the out, and Shannon used his speed to get behind the defense, and then used his speed again to get to the end zone. Joe, we can say that the Cardinals needed that.
Huge. Huge. That was pretty, and they definitely have weapons. They had 2 receivers behind the defenders on that side. Avant Shannon, though, wide open. Good effort by Joey Sorensen to try and recover and catch him at the down marker, but not to be. So 2 big plays by the offense. A long run by Miles Taylor, and then off play action. The bomb, 54 yards for Avant Shannon. kick taken from the 15. Good hole on the right side and a return out to the 34-yard line.
Getting good field position.
Deshaun Pate on the return. First and 10 for Spring Lake Park from their own 34-yard line. Their worst starting field position yet, but the Cardinals have not been able to stop them on offense yet either. Dunbar keeping it. Finds a way to turn upfield for a gain of about 4, but a flag flying in from behind.
Yeah, that's going to be on
That's usually not good for the offense.
No, that's on Spring Lake Park. I can see it.
Holding. Number 88 offense. 10-yard penalty. No, from the line. Replay
Nice
first down.
mustache. Let me take a look at it on the right side. There they had the hold.
So that'll back him up. Be first and about 19 from the 25. Sent Bergman in motion. Handoff goes to Oriana up the middle, and this one's going to give them 15 yards right back. They're going to call helmet contact.
Illegal helmet contact. Number 6 defense. 15-yard penalty. That'll be a first down.
Well, time expired too.
So that will do it for the first quarter. Cardinals another bad penalty at a bad time. They trail 14-7. Panthers will have it first and 10 from their own 46 when we start the second quarter after this on CTN.
Hey, there we are.
22 years, you get to be the Grand Marshal.
Look, I almost fell off the truck.
Royalty following us close behind.
So are the paramedics.
Well, the Royalty and the Marshals means you get to be in the back of the principal cars.
Yep.
Both vehicles full of. Well, we had the principal.
We did. We
and
were
one assistant.
Yes.
And I believe 4 assistant principals in the Royalty
It was fun.
vehicle. It was.
Went quickly though. By the time we
Famous fleeting, my friend.
yeah, I know. It's kind of like the seasons.
Well, it is definitely fall here tonight. A chilly, breezy evening in late September. And the Panthers have a 14-7 lead. Bergman will gain about 3.
Certainly, if they can keep him to 3 yards a carry, that's a win for the Cardinal defense, as we mentioned in the opening. 6.5 yards per carry for Derek Bergman on the season so far. There you see the numbers for Derek Bergman tonight. 8 carries for 21 yards, and that score.
Cardinals had the strip, but unable to get on top of the loose ball deep in their own end.
I think this is a big drive. It's early in the game, but they'd like to get a stop here
Timeout,
defensively.
Spring Lake Park. They would love it stopped defensively. They had him stopped. They forced him to go for it on 4th and 4 in a penalty.
There's head coach John Stewart, head coach Spring Lake Park. saw something he did not like, called a timeout, wanted to make sure that his offense is on the same page.
Well, his team 2-2.
Yep, won their first two.
After winning their first two, including a rather sound defeat over Irondale to start, and then slipping past Armstrong. They've lost their last two. Outscored 14-7 in their own homecoming last week against Hopkins.
Yeah, both the losses there were by 7 points each game.
So here they come now after the timeout, 2nd and 7 from the 49-yard line. Handoff goes up the middle. Bergman gets across the midfield stripe. Gain of 2. It'll be 3rd and 5.
Yeah, good job by the interior of that defense, just closing that quick hole that was open. You look at the size across the line of Spring Lake Park, and they're big on the tackles but small on the interior.
When you talk about guys that are going both ways, that includes most of the line for the Cardinals.
Yep.
Dunbar will pitch it, bobbled, dropped, picked back up by Bergman before he is bumped out of bounds for a short loss. 4th and 6 from the midfield stripe. I would assume we see the Panthers punting unit for the first time.
I would imagine so. So there's the pitch from Dunbar and just lost the handle on it.
They say he lost 2.
And that's a big defensive series for Coon Rapids. Gets the stop.
Punt is going to bounce and be picked up on the run. Jordan Doe forced out of bounds after a decent return. Scares me when he does that.
Oh, it scared me as well.
At least the second time we've seen him take it on a second hop. But he turned it upfield and gained about 10 or 12 yards.
Yeah, you got to be so careful. You had a defender, you had a special teams player right there, but he shakes a tackle, able to pick up a few extra yards before being forced out of bounds.
So Coon Rapids will start from their own 30-yard line. Really only about a 20-yard net punt. Will play action, flip to Sonny Tao in the flat. He's going to dive forward and be very close to a first down.
Again, good blocking on the edge allowed him to pick up that additional yardage.
Going to be about a yard shy, so a gain of 9 for Sonny Tao. Defense is after respect number 6, so when the fake just freezes them enough, get it out quickly. Good downfield block from Avant Shannon.
Yeah, really nice block.
Getting him at least an extra couple yards to pick up 9. 2nd and short. Van Holzen out of the pistol. Handoff goes to Miles Taylor, hit in the backfield, and he is going to be run under. Looks like he fought his way back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll be 3rd down.
Yeah, I think he did get to the line. So 3rd and very short.
But gotta have it.
Gotta have. Oh yeah, you have to have it. It's a must. We'll see the time ticking down to the 9-minute mark in this first half. Cardinals 0 for 2 on 3rd down, looking to get on the right side of that ledger here.
Blitz coming up the middle. Van Holzen gathers it in and finds some room. He's got a first down out to the 47.
Well, the middle of that defense thought Miles Taylor all day long on that one, and nice fake as Van Holzen's going to bring it back and pick up that first down. Does a good job of finding where that open territory is, and he's going to get around the edge.
Great job by his blockers. He wasn't touched until he was 4 or 5 yards downfield. Defense collapsed on the fake. Van Holzen took a step back, got behind his 2 big guys, and said, take me to the first down, which they did. And they have it 1st and 10 from the 47-yard line. 2 receivers out wide left. Wolf and Taylor both in the backfield. Taylor gets a carry going up the middle, dives across the stripe. They're going to mark him right at midfield.
Cardinals are more than happy to get a sustained drive here, take time off the clock. But they definitely want to put points on the board here in this drive. After Spring Lake Park got off to a quick start, Quincy Taylor coming off a little gingerly. Get a little bit of a rest here. He's another one of those Cardinals that plays both ways.
2nd and 7, play action. Van Holzen looking for Tao on the swing pass again and threw it behind him. It'll be 3rd and 7.
Bergman over there lost another one of the Panthers playing both ways. He smelled that one out. They did a nice job getting about 9 yards on that play earlier in this drive. But the throw wasn't there. And that puts him in a 3rd and long situation. And these are the downs that Coon Rapids would like to stay out of.
Play action, throw over the middle, complete to Shannon again for another big first down. This one to the 33-yard line.
Again, a nice little cut in the middle. Does a great job of making sure he hung on to that football as he was going to take a hit at the end of that play. But a nice pass, Van Holzen right on the numbers. Bobbled the ball just a little bit, but made sure he hung on to it because he knew he was going to take a pop. Nice job by Shannon. Hang on to that ball a few extra yards after the catch.
2 receivers left this time. Handoff goes to Taylor. No room on the left side. No gain, if any. 2nd and long.
Well, he tested the middle, realizing there wasn't anything, that tried to get to the edge, but give credit to that outer portion of the Panther defense to keep him to no gain.
Going to give him a yard, so 2nd and 9. Handoff goes to Wolf up the middle. He's going to gain a couple to the 28. Gain of 3 will set up 3rd and 6.
A 3rd and long again situation for Coon Rapids, and this is I believe the portion obviously of the field that you're going to go 4 down.
Sure.
Yeah. Forrest Wolf's number on the season, 15 carries, 56 yards, and a score for the Cardinals. It's the backup to Miles Taylor.
They'll go back to the empty backfield. 3 receivers left. Pair on the right for Van Holzen. Has time, steps up, throws. Oh. What a pass and catch! Sonny Tao went up and got that thing. Takes the Cardinals down to 1st and goal inside the 5.
Yeah, the elevation on this pass, look at it. And you talked about a great throw from Van Holzen.
He
right
puts
there.
it in a perfect spot.
Yep.
And Sonny Tao makes a great catch to go up and get it.
Just love the elevation and a great job coming down with it, making sure he hung on to that football.
So the Cardinals 1st and goal from the 3. Handoff goes to Taylor, running on the right side, knocking people over and getting to the end zone. Touchdown, Coon Rapids.
Miles Taylor was not going to be denied. I love the way that this Cardinal squad bounced back from after trailing 14-0. Got a stop on defense. Nice job with that long pass earlier to Shannon. And then here, a combination of some nice throws, really nice throws, and then Miles Taylor bulling his way into the end zone.
Finley's kick is good, and we are tied at 14. Miles Taylor not to be denied on this play. He just, no, you get in the end zone because that's where I'm going. Cardinals come out with another big play of their own and push their way to the end zone after getting their first stop on defense of the football game.
Red's in the house.
Would be shocked if he weren't.
You see 10 plays, 70 yards. I love the drive. They mixed it up with some runs, and some very nice passing by Jake Van Hulsen, and a couple of great catches, one by Shannon and then by Tau. And then Miles Taylor caps off the 10-play drive that took 4:51 off the clock with that 3-yard touchdown run. Manhandled it.
Finley short, angled toward the sideline, but it'll just die there. It's scooped up at the 26-yard line and running all the way across the field, and finally getting up across the 30 was to Sean Pate. And Finley, that's another one. They had that the other week that nearly,
they almost had it.
Nearly gave the Cardinals a chance to get on top of it. And that one again, angled toward the sideline. It looks like as if it's going to go out of bounds, but it just spins and stops there. It's a weapon. But it's also a short field once more for the Panthers. They start from their own 33-yard line. Dunbar wrapped up, able to dive forward and gain 3. He was wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage, so that was really all second effort.
Yeah, I didn't think he was going to get that 3.
Ethan Tedrow gets to him almost immediately and then has to get on, just jump on his back to get him to go to the ground. Timeout Cardinals. 4:48 on the clock. A 2nd and 7 for the Panthers from their own 36-yard line.
Well, Joe, this game didn't start out the way it wanted to go for Coon Rapids.
I like it now.
But I was going to say, you took it out of my mouth. You got to like the way they came back and tied it up at 14, and you're going to like us on Facebook if you haven't already. You'll love us or you'll like us. Head coach Stewart has seen the fortunes of his 14-0 lead go to the point where now it's tied. This Cardinal defense really has stiffened up after that first couple of drives. They've done a nice job.
It helps that the field's been a little longer behind.
Yeah.
Keeper for Dunbar running to his right, tripped up, dives forward, and he'll be about a yard shy of the first down.
Yeah, he's got a nice little burst too once he turns upfield.
Dunbar keeps it again, and he'll dive forward. He'll have enough for the first down. Not by much.
Nope.
But he will move the chains.
Yeah, enough to keep the drive going, and that's what he wanted to accomplish.
Dunbar pitches late. Oriana trying to get around the corner, tripped up, and will gain a yard, maybe 2.
Antonio Manos on the tackle for Coon Rapids.
Led the team with 9 tackles last week.
He's a solid football player. I like what he does back there.
Pretty decent baseball player.
Yeah, he
too.
is.
At one time, he was apparently a pretty decent hockey player.
What happened?
But that ship has sailed.
All right. Couldn't influence him, huh, Jan?
Prefers the round ball.
I understand.
Handoff goes up the middle to Bergman. And another short gain, so another 3rd and long situation for Spring Lake Park.
Another nice tackle by Ethan Tedrow. He's had a couple of nice plays here in last drive and this drive. You know, we talked about this is not a passing team, and this is a 3rd and long situation where you would think you'd want to pass the football. We'll see what they do here.
3rd and 7. Dunbar sweeping pitches. Bergman wrapped up by Nolan and dropped for no gain.
Boy, his defense has sure tightened up since those first 2 drives. Whatever the coaching staff said to him on the sideline certainly has worked so far. Nolan Nolan, I believe, had 8 tackles last week. So you can see him bring down Bergman from behind.
Cardinals call timeout awaiting the punt. So they will have just 1 left, but lots of clock, 2.5. Plenty of time, as they know they have to kick it away to start the second half. They would love to take a lead to the locker room.
Oh, they certainly would. Coach Weber talking to his defense. He says, follow me, and you need to follow us. Twitter, make sure you check us out. Follow us. You'll get opportunities to, we'll tweet out, at least I believe we're doing it tonight. I haven't seen anything on my phone, but I know typically we tweet out when scores happen. So if you follow us, you'll get that if you're not able to come to the game or able to watch it live.
Evan Fedorovicius to punt it away, standing at his own 32-yard line. Jordan Doe standing at the Cardinal 25. Good punt for Fedorovicius. Doe will take it at the 20. Stutter step, find a little bit of a seam and move up across the 32, out to the 32.
Did a good job of picking up some nice yardage here on that punt return. Pretty good field position for Coon Rapids to start this drive with 2:18 remaining in the opening half.
Three receivers left, 2 to the right, again an empty backfield for the Cardinals on 1st and 10.
Spring Lake Park
and Spring Lake Park wants to think about it. Spring Lake Park defense back out on the field, and Jen Halverson on the sidelines with more on them.
I was just down on the sidelines with Spring Lake Park and overheard that their defensive coach was just talking to Adam Clausen, who was on that pass coverage on that last big throw from Van Hulsen for the Coon Rapids drive, and he just said, hey, we believe in you. You have to believe in yourself that you can get up on that pass coverage and that you can cover him how we need you to cover him. I want you to go out and do your job, do what you need to do, and they're taking away right now.
Thank you, Jen.
Good point, Jen, because you know it's a lot of confidence involved. When you get burned like that, you just have to forget it. Got to put it out of your mind and go back to doing what you do.
Big for coaches to send that type of message.
Yep.
Again, 3 receivers to the left. He pumps that way and then throws back right, looking for Miles Taylor, who is well covered. A lot of white jerseys in the area.
Yeah, and Sonny Tao open too on the opposite side. I like that play.
George was limping a little bit. He'll limp his way over to the sideline and have to be replaced. 2nd and 10 for the Cardinals.
You don't take a lot of time off the clock, and you take the opportunity to pick up a big gain. I think Coon Rapids knows that they feel they can pass on this squad.
Tau in motion, the handoff goes to Taylor up the middle, spins away from a tackle, still on his feet, still fighting for yardage out to the 36. Gain of about 6.
Under 2 minutes left. Just a quick give to Taylor. Just a great job of not stopping his feet. And it takes a number of Panther defenders to bring him down.
So 3rd and 5 from the 36.
See if they work the sidelines here.
Cardinals going to burn their last time out. Not the play they wanted
No.
on a big 3rd down.
Well, again, you know, you're with a minute and a half remaining. Obviously, now with no timeouts remaining, you've got to be able to work that sideline to stop the clock to keep your drive going. And of course, the defense is going to know that as well, so they're going to try and prevent it. I think Coach Edwards felt that he needed to regroup here and talk to his squad. And again, you see if he can use a guy like Marshall Holland, who's got a 6'5" frame, an opportunity to see if he can go up on a 50-50 ball and make a play too. We've seen that a number of times this season. Number 10 right there. Last week against Irondale, a couple of catches for 29 yards. And again, you look at the height for the defensive backs for Spring Lake Park. They've got a little bit of height. They've got a couple of players at 6'1". They're going to try and match up with the 6'5" Marshall Holland.
Third and 5, Van Holzen looking left, looking long for Tau, and overthrown. Incomplete. The Cardinals are going to be forced to punt.
Yeah, and there's time left on the clock for Spring Lake Park, minute 26, to see if they can get something done before the end of the half. And as you mentioned earlier, Joe, they will get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, that was a big stop for the Panther defense after giving up a couple of touchdowns and seeing their lead disappear. They come out and get a 3-and-out at a critical time here late in the half when the Cardinals had an opportunity to march. High end-over-end punt will bounce at the 40 and take a Cardinal hop. It's out of bounds at the 31. So a significant amount of field for the Panthers to travel in order to add to the score before half with only 77 seconds remaining.
And with those 77 seconds, again, a team in Spring Lake Park that really, they do not pass the ball. And so the Cardinals know defensively they're going to have to remain strong up the middle, but they're going to also have to keep an eye on what they want to do, if they can do anything in Spring Lake Park in the passing game.
Yeah, hard to run a 2-minute drill without passing.
Yeah, well, I would think so.
They will stick with what works. Dunbar finding a seam and getting a nice gain for him out across the 45 to the 46. Gain of 15.
Valuable time coming off the clock is that Dunbar ran to the sideline. The coaches told him to get back and run a play.
Dunbar, keeper, left side, shifts away from one tackle and dives forward for a gain of 9 to the Cardinal 45.
Again, a couple of missed tackles defensively for the Cardinals. There you look at the carries for Dunbar, 8 for 56 and a score here in this first half.
Second and short, Dunbar will keep it again, first down, and that'll stop the clock at least momentarily while they move the chains. At the Cardinal 43.
Got a little bit of turf in the helmet.
Now they will call a timeout.
It's their final one.
Trying to save that one, but obviously not getting the information relayed in quickly enough. .31 seconds remain.
Defensively, the Cardinals, not a lot of time left, but they do not want to give up a score here before going into the break.
No.
Yeah, I mean, we looked at you look at their stat ledger, and they're not kicking field goals. So they've got 31 seconds to.
They don't throw the ball much either.
They don't throw the ball much.
18 total yards. That's on 6 catches.
I think they had 25 attempts all of last year through the air. So yeah, you're right. They do not typically throw the ball, and this is a situation where they would like to be able to throw the ball. You can pick up bigger chunks of yardage, but
they got a couple of players coming out of that backfield that have proven they can pick up pretty decent chunks of yardage without passing.
Well,
it does also make it more difficult though to get out of bounds, and that's going to set them back 5 yards.
Yeah, especially out of a timeout.
Dead ball foul, encroachment, number 9, 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
Nice call, Uncle Harry. It's a family mustache.
First and 5. Play action. Dunbar throws, and that pass really nowhere near the intended target. Nico Ryman went one way, the pass went the other. That's what happens when you don't have.
Well, you don't
pass it very often.
Yeah, you don't work on that as much.
The receivers typically just go out and run routes to get safeties away from the line. Maybe you have a downfield block. Dunbar rolling out, throws on the run, pass is complete and out of bounds. And an extra half the distance for tossing Bergman to the ground. And you talk about those penalties you just can't have, and there it is. Once again.
Dead ball foul, unnecessary roughness. Number 5, Coon Rapids. Half the distance to the goal, first down.
Yeah, that's. We'll see here again at the end of the play. I mean, that's something. That can't happen. I know it's the heat of the moment and competition. And you have to know where you are on the sideline. And now you're in a situation. 18 seconds, plenty of time for a team that's averaging more than 4 yards a carry.
So now 1st and 10 from the 12. 18 seconds left in the half. Bergman goes in motion. Dunbar will roll that way. He'll throw past tip by Dunbar and almost caught behind him.
You know, the key to that, you know, it's your first down, and you don't take a lot of time off. They took 5 seconds off the clock. I can see Nolan got chipped, but that throw behind him. At this point, obviously, no timeouts left.
2nd and 10, and again they move him out to the right. Pass goes over the middle. It's deflected, incomplete. Miles Taylor getting a hand on the ball, and
that pass hung up there.
There's no room in there. Trying to get it to the tight end. Drop it over the middle, and well defended by the Cardinals. 3rd down.
You see the numbers on the Panthers. 2 of 5 on 3rd down in this first half.
Dropping back is Dunbar, rolls right, in trouble, stopped for a loss, and that will finish the 2nd quarter. Defense comes up big at the last moment for the Cardinals and keeping Spring Lake Park from adding points before the break, and they will go to the locker room tied at 14. And Jen Halverson on the sidelines with Spring Lake Park Panther head coach John Stewart. Jen?
Well, Coach, Coon Rapids, their offense started getting going in the second quarter with those 2 big throws from quarterback Jake Van Holzen. How do you shut their pass game down going into the second half?
That's a good question. I think it starts with getting some pressure on them and then just staying solid in the secondary and taking care of those receivers downfield. I mean, that's all we can do. He's a good quarterback.
Your run game got going early on in the first quarter. What was key in that early in that first half to get your to power through that Coon Rapids defensive line?
Our O-line is really executing well, and then our quarterback, Zach Dunbar, is starting to get us into some good plays and make some good reads, so he's really coming along in that.
Thanks, Coach.
That's it?
Yeah. Back to you guys.
Thanks.
He wanted
Thanks,
more.
Jen. Well, I hope everyone wants more. We've got another half to come. We'll take a break, be back with first half stats and highlights after this. You're watching CTN's live coverage of high school football.
County hopes construction of the overpass can start in March or April and be finished by the start of the new school year.
Yes, I'm gonna live to be 100.
Back at the Cardinal Sports Complex, Coon Rapids, Spring Lake Park, tied at 14, and we go down to the field. Jen Halverson is with Cardinal head coach Mal Edwards.
Coach, you said you wanted to see how this team bounced back after last week's first loss this season. You came back in the second quarter. What do you think? How impressed are you with this team's resilience in the second?
Well, right now, I mean, our guys, our young guys are in a tough battle, and we had to make some adjustments, but they are really responding to our adjustments right now. We were able to put a couple touchdowns on the board and overall mainly force them to punt. That was the one thing we were looking to do, and we accomplished that goal, so now we have to keep it up.
The Panthers' run game has been their ammo tonight. You talked about adjustments. What adjustments do you make to tighten up your D-line in the second half?
Well, we had aiming points for the guys, so this time we talked a little bit more about aiming points, staying low with our guys, our interior guys, meaning that it's going to be unsung work. So we just want them to really get low, get into those linemen, and then let our backers and other guys do the big jobs of making the tackles.
Great. Thanks, Coach.
Hey, thank you.
Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Jen. And the first quarter really did not start well for the Cardinals. They ended up with a ball deep in their own end, gave great field position to the Panthers. Spring Lake Park opening drive was only 29 yards, ended with a 1-yard Bergman score. And then after another short field, it was Dunbar carrying it in from 10 yards out, gave him the 14-0 lead. A little less than 2 minutes left in that first quarter, but the Cardinals come back. They had some big plays to get them back into this game. Jake Van Holzen to Avant Shannon, a 54-yard touchdown. Those two hooked up on another pass in the second quarter that led to their next score, as did Sonny Tao coming down with a huge catch. There's the catch to Shannon. Got him a big first down, and Sonny Tao just an outstanding catch, and Van Holzen had to thread the needle to get it there. That put him in first and goal situation. Miles Taylor finishes it off, carrying a host of Panthers into the end zone with him. That tied it up at 14, and then the game locked down through the last part of the second quarter.
Yeah, the Panthers kind of forced to go to their passing game, which is not their strength by any means. Towards the end of that first half, they needed to. Time was not on their side. They didn't have any timeouts, and Cardinals able to stop them. Now, Cardinals defense have to come back and make another stop because they will get the ball first to start this second half. Quick look at the stats in the first half. I see Cardinals doing a nice job through the air, 116 yards, 55 on the ground. Really reversed in a lot of ways. Just 12 yards throwing for Spring Lake Park. But the biggest key, well, I was going to say the penalties for the Cardinals, 6 for 45 yards.
Well, its starting field position has been outstanding for the Panthers all game long. They'll get good field position again as Pate returns it out to the 30.
Nice tackle by Gant there, too, on special teams, bring them down. And it's the key now. We'll see how they start Spring Lake Park on offense here in the second half and matching up against this Cardinal defense, looking to continue to get some pressure.
Well, and we saw this is a three-pronged attack coming out of that backfield. Dunbar, Bergman, and Oriana have all had big gains in this ball game. Dunbar on the keeper is going to gain about 6.
A bit of a three-headed attack here, but more by Dunbar and Bergman, as Dunbar taking that one all along. Nice gain on first down here, making a manageable second down situation. There you see the numbers for Zach Dunbar in the first half: 11 carries, 64 yards, and a score, as we showed.
2nd and 6. Another keeper and a first down as Dunbar falls across the 40-yard line and moves the chains.
They talked about, Coach Edwards talked about those adjustments that they made in that second quarter defensively.
Well, again, you got to win the point of attack on a team that's running like this, and they've changed that point of attack frequently with those 3 running backs. But able to get Dunbar downfield a couple yards before he feels contact. He's going to try the keeper again, and this time wrapped up by Tidro right at the line of scrimmage. Gets some help to hold him for no gain.
Yeah, he's 45 Tidro. He's had a nice football game here. Really the linebacker, but coming up tight against the line. Tidro doing a nice job there, wrapping up Dunbar.
Ethan Tidro, just a sophomore, but 6'3", 195. It's not a small kid.
And he'll grow. 5 tackles so far in the evening for Tidro.
2nd and 10 from their own 40 for the Panthers. Dunbar up under center. Holds it again and dives right up the middle. And Manos comes in from the safety spot to add assistance and keep him to the 2-yard gain.
And this is not their comfort zone offensively. 3rd and long, not what they like to do. You know, a team that's is averaging over 4 yards a carry in a situation where it's uncomfortable for them because they don't throw the ball very often. And we saw it in that first half, just 12 yards passing for the Panthers. Big 3rd down for the defense for Coon Rapids.
3rd and 8. Dunbar hands off, and Oriana gets next to nothing, a couple more, but a punting situation for the Panthers early in this 3rd quarter.
Big tackle by Jordan Nolan. See number 9, just making sure he was going to bring him down with very minimal gain, forcing the Panthers to punt on their first drive here in the second half. And the defense did its job. They wanted to stop them and get the ball back quickly to their offense, and they've done so.
They fake it, a direct snap, and it is going to work. That was well timed and well executed. Direct snap went right to Bergman. He picked up the 8 yards they needed. Got him the first down just across midfield into Coon Rapids territory, and the Cardinals have a player down.
Is that Quincy?
Quincy Taylor, who was
Quincy.
Lost for a couple of games early in the season.
Shoulder, I think they're checking his shoulder.
And that's a big part of both offensive
Yes.
and defensive lines. And that is something the Cardinals hate to see.
Oh, we all do. Oh yeah, he's it's a shoulder. It's a shoulder, I believe. You can see athletic trainer making sure he helps secure that as he walks off the field.
And certainly hope Quincy's going to be okay. So the trick play works for the Panthers. First down on the fake punt, direct snap to Derek Bergman. 1st and 10 now from the Coon Rapids 49-yard line.
I like the call by Spring Lake Park.
Pitch goes to Oriana, running around the right side. Gets around the corner, cuts back, and is finally dragged out of bounds after a gain of 8.
Nate Breams on the tackle for Coon Rapids. He knocks him out of bounds, but not before a nice gain. This is what they did on their first drive. They moved the ball. Of course, that first drive, very short field.
They are shortening the field as we speak. Dunbar on the keeper right side, right at the first down marker. Should have another for the Panthers.
Yeah, I think he does. Yeah, they're moving the chains.
Well, it looked like they were going to get him off the field relatively quickly on this opening drive, but they stay alive. They pick up another first down. 1st and 10 from the 39, 38 make it of the Cardinals. Handoff goes up the middle, and Oriana spins his way for yet another first down. As the Cardinals lost where the ball was, and Oriana able to keep his feet, spin off a couple of tackles, and gain 11.
Well, you know, all three of these ball carriers, Dunbar and Oriana and Bergman, do a really nice job of forward momentum, keeping their feet moving.
So now 1st and 10 from the Coon Rapids 28. 27. 26. Dunbar keeps, now pitches to Bergman, trying to cut back up, breaks a tackle, and has another first down before being dragged down close to the 15.
That's just great forward momentum by him, but they had him wrapped up. Again, you got to be able to bring it, got to be able to wrap up tackles. They look like they had him for a short gain. Just got away from him, but give credit to Bergman doing a nice job of continuing to move forward and picking up that first down.
All the way down to the 14. 1st and 10 from there for the Panthers. Dunbar, keeper left side, wrapped up.
You got to blow that whistle.
Just both teams converge there before the whistles finally blow. I think the Cardinals guys that were there actually picked him up off the ground.
I think you're correct.
So he definitely wasn't going to move forward without the assistance of his linemen. But a gain of 5 makes it 2nd and 5 from the 9. He'll take that 5-yard gain on first down every time.
You bet.
Handoff goes to Bergman up the middle, and he is fighting for his way down to the 2.
Gets that first down.
And a 1st and goal situation.
Yeah, you got 4 cracks to bring it in from the 2. Protas coming off the field, limping a little bit. Seems to be okay.
Handoff left side.
The fumble. Cardinals are calling for a fumble.
Cardinals are saying fumble. Touchback, Cardinal ball.
Wow.
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 What a time for a turnover. First turnover of the ball game.
Let's see it again here. Somebody pull that ball loose.
Oh,
there you see it running.
Ball clearly came out. Jake Corey, the one to fall on top of it, immediately looks for the official. We're done here.
Jake Corey says, look what I found. That was a big play.
Looks like it might have been Tedrow that stripped it.
Yeah, it looked like that to me as well.
Jordan Marshall in there around the ball when it came loose as well, but
yeah. And Marshall, this is his first game back, and you know he's had some injury issues, and Coach Edwards said it's a big addition to get him back. Gives us a little extra depth, a lot we can do.
Huge turnover. Cardinals forced to take a timeout, and you don't like the signals to be crossed, but
nope.
Like that, especially as you're starting a drive, trying to take advantage of the emotional turnover. And in this game, those timeouts in the second half could become extra precious as we make our way through the fourth.
Especially in a tight contest like this.
Panther fans in their whiteout gear trying to spoil homecoming for the crosstown rivals. A lot of red in the stands on the home side, hoping for homecoming happiness.
It would be nice. They would love that. The Panthers took 6:33 off the clock and recorded 5 first downs on that drive before getting the ball stripped.
Handoff goes to Taylor on first down, running off tackle right. Gain of 2.
Not much room there. A short gain on first down, and let's see if the Cardinals will go to the air a little bit. They were successful earlier.
Play action, throw, looking long for Holland left side, just out of his reach down the left sideline. Incomplete, and now 3rd and long.
Yeah, good coverage by Sorensen on the outside as well, but a little bit too much on that pass.
Haven't seen him look for Marshall Holland much yet in this game.
Harlan had a step on him as well, just a little bit too long.
It's a big play on offense for the Cardinals, trying to capitalize on that turnover at the goal line.
Yeah, they should like to keep this drive going. We saw what Spring Lake Park, and Spring Lake Park, if they can get out of it, that's a big dodge for them.
Pass got through to Shannon somehow. That should have been intercepted. That went right through the defender's hands. It was really not a good pass for Van Holzen to throw, but somehow it got through the hands of the defenders and right into the hands of Avant Shannon.
It looked like it just put it over. Yeah, and again, great job concentration by Avant Shannon to make sure he hung on to that.
I don't know how it got through his hands.
They planned it that way.
But the Cardinals will take it. That's what you call threading a needle when you put it between the defender's hands. Run some motion and give it to Taylor straight up the middle. He's out to the 46, a gain of 5.
Well, Cardinals would like to establish a little bit of a run here too, because their passing game is strong here tonight, and if they can continue to think that defense think they're gonna run the middle, that'll loosen things up even more. Nice average for Miles Taylor.
Shannon coming off the field, limping a little bit. It's a decent average. You'll take that.
Yeah, 5.5 yards a carry every time. Hopefully Avant is okay.
Cardinals going to be flagged for illegal procedure.
Dead ball foul, snap infraction. 5-yard penalty, remains second down.
Or snap infraction.
Yeah.
Illegal procedure.
Yes, you say tomato, I say tomato.
Correct. That wipes out most of that gain on first down. It'll be 2nd and 9. Looking left, pass incomplete. In and out of the hands of Julian Ybarra.
I think Ybarra felt a little pressure defensively there. Couldn't look that pass inside. Von Shannon just working that little bit of a, I don't know if it's an injury, a little bit of leg deal, but he seems to be okay. Put the helmet back on. Well, I know he wants to get back out there. Cardinals need to capitalize here on 3rd down, though, if he's going to get this opportunity on this drive.
3rd and 9, 3 receivers on the left. Ybarra, the lone receiver on the right. Pressure coming. Van Holzen in trouble, and he's taken down for the sack, and Cardinals forced to punt.
Good job defensively there. Pressure winning that battle at the point of attack for the Panthers.
Good blitz dialed up from the left side of their defense. And a lot of pressure to Van Holzen as he gets to the back of his 3-step drop. They're already there.
Mason Johnson got a piece of enough of his jersey to bring him down.
Relius high punt, end over end, great Cardinal roll. And it will keep going. Down inside the 20 to the 18, where it is touched up by Ryan Garlick.
Well, unfortunately, the Cardinals couldn't capitalize on that turnover, but they will, Spring Lake Park will start deep in their end.
Well, you heard one of the things Coach Edwards said as he was coming back is they started to do what they wanted to do on defense, and that was make them punt.
Yep.
In that second quarter. Have not done so yet.
Not yet.
First time they got a little fortunate. They don't want it that close again.
No.
Fumble inside the 1-yard line, recovered in the end zone. Handoff goes up the middle, and Bergman stacked up after a gain of about 3. I'm sorry, it's Oriana. And let's go down to the sidelines for Jen Halverson. Jen?
Thanks, guys. Well, on this new series, the defensive coach talked to this Coon Rapids D-line and just said, hey, I don't want to see you guys getting lazy now. This series, we want to rip hard on those tackles. We had a good turnover in the last series. Let's bring it out, and let's take it this next series again. He said, let's not get lazy. Let's keep it going and keep this momentum and carry it in to bring our offense back out here.
All right, thank you, Jen. 2nd and 7. Handoff goes to Oriana again, and he's going to get a short gain to the 25. It'll be 3rd and 5 from there, 3rd and 4.
That's what the defense wants to do, put them in a 3rd and situation where they've got an opportunity to make a stop.
Big 3rd down here for both the Cardinal defense and the Spring Lake Park offense. Dunbar on the keeper, has enough for the first down as he dives forward to the 33. Cardinals just lost track of him, thought Oriana had it again. They fell for the fake. And Dunbar finds his way upfield for another first down.
Again, just does a nice job of turning it up in the upfield and again using his little burst to get that first down. Keep this drive alive.
1st and 10 from the 33. Dunbar, keeper right side this time. Dives forward to the 39. Gain of 6. Oh, you're going to drop him back at the 38. Gain of 5 still. Again, you'll take that 5-yard gain on first down all night long. And this quarter has been almost all Panthers.
It really has. And you look at it as we're about to take down on this third quarter. They've controlled the quarter. And they haven't been able to put any points on the board, but came awfully close.
Short gain out to the 40-yard line before Bergman is bounced back.
Oh, nice.
Set up another third down situation, 3rd and 3.
Nice job by Miles Taylor to stand him up. And Tedrow again in on the tackle.
Well, and you got to hand it to this Spring Lake Park offense. They have been incredibly disciplined. I don't believe they have had one penalty called against them in this game. No false starts, no holds, and yet they have moved it consistently. Big chunks of yardage on the ground, and they've done it with a similar look and been able to disguise a lot of different results from that same setup, same formation, and they've kept the defense guessing.
They have. And they've been doing a good job of it so far.
But we are at the end of the third quarter. Panthers still have the ball, still tied. We'll see what happens in the fourth. It comes next on CTN. So a 3rd and 3. Dunbar keeps, flips now to Oriana, running around the left corner, has a blocker downfield, gets to the sideline, and a big gain. Dragged down as he crosses the 30, out of bounds at the 29-yard line.
Great job by Spring Lake Park to hold off that edge. Oriana does a nice job of turning the corner, and as you talked about it, a burst of speed, able to pick up a big chunk of real estate. He's just going to get to the outside. Well, good to see Quincy Taylor back there.
Downfield. Helped him spring it even further. Dragged out of bounds at the 29. That's where the Panthers have it, 1st and 10. They have not trailed in this game, led 7 and then 14-0 before the Cardinals scored the last 2, and now they are going to take a lead again. Oriana blows through a hole, and he's into the end zone nearly untouched from 28 yards out. Went
back to exactly what worked for them those first 2 drives. Just doing a good job of winning the battle at the point of attack, opening up a hole, and then you get a running back like that that's got that burst of speed. You're going to see it here, and he just gets past that first line of defense, and he's gone. There's nobody is going to catch him, and the Panthers score first here in the second half to take the lead.
Sam Britz out to attempt the extra point. Hold by Sean Lee is down. Fritz, the kick is good, and it is a 21-7 lead, or 21-14 lead for Spring Lake Park.
You're going to see as he...
Yeah, just blew through a
huge
hole.
Oh, yeah, there was no opportunity.
All kinds of speed. 28-yard dash to the back of the end zone.
There's the celebration afterwards, and
it's not
I think it hurt himself. His own player. No, maybe not. Just knocked down by his own teammate. 7 plays, 81 yards, a nice sustained drive.
Not exactly the biggest kid on that sideline.
Nope.
But he's fast.
Yes.
He is definitely fast.
29-yard run for Orlana. There he said, oh. He's knocked him to the ground. And that's a big drive for the Panthers.
Line drive kick taken by Jordan Doe at the 30. Doe coughed it up, but fortunately goes out of bounds for the Cardinals.
They were very fortunate, but good field position to start this drive.
Yes, and that would have been disastrous for the Cardinals potentially. But return gets them out to the 42-yard line. Great field position for the Cardinals. They do need to get a sustained drive and end it in the end zone.
Yeah,
no other choice.
And they have to be able to run the ball too. I mean, they have to get the defense off guard a little bit here. They can't expect pass all the time, but they have to, when they run the ball, they have to be successful at it.
Three receivers on the right side. Handoff goes to Taylor, runs over the first linebacker to get in his way, and he's got a gain of about 5.
Yeah, he's not easy to bring down.
First guy to get there is going to have to pay the price.
Yes, because he's gonna lay the wood to him.
It's Tayshawn Pate making first contact.
That's good to see Von Shannon back in there as well.
2nd and 6 from the 46. Handoff goes to Forrest Wolf. Turns the corner on the left side, dives forward as a first down to the 47-yard line of Spring Lake Park.
See it again, just the give to Wolf, and he's able to gain the edge, turn it upfield.
And Wolf limped over to the sideline a little bit after this play.
You're gonna see Nate Breams come in. A couple of carries for 12 yards.
Out of the pistol is Van Hulsen. Handoff Miles Taylor looking for room right side. Fights his way forward for a gain of 4 to the 44-yard line.
I like the fact the Cardinals establishing the run, as we talked about, forcing that defense. Bring players on the inside. That sets up your passing game as well.
Van Hulsen again out of the pistol. 2 receivers on the right side. Bad snap. Van Hulsen scoops it up and just falls on it. Back at the Coon Rapids 42-yard line. Loss of 16 yards.
Huge loss for the Cardinals. Again, their drive was going well, and I'll tell you this: Van Hulsen just had to make sure that he just fell on the ball and take the loss and put him in a 3rd and very long situation. What's in your playbook for this, Mr. Yen? I saw you drawing some plays up just there.
You've got some pretty speedy receivers with a couple that have already had good nights. Another one that's looking for a big catch.
Got to give him time.
He's isolated at the bottom of the screen. He should have one-on-one coverage. They're going to go the other way instead, looking for a Von Shannon and throwing a little bit over his head. And out toward the sideline, incomplete. And Coon Rapids will have to punt.
Well, now you put the pressure on your defense, because there's still plenty of time, 8:52 remaining in the game, but you basically, with the way that Spring Lake Park's been running the ball, you need a stop here, and really you need a 3 and out.
Yeah, especially with the way that this offense can chew up clock. Aurelius run into.
There's a flag.
And there's a flag coming in. He got the ball away cleanly. He's slow to get up. He barely got it. He didn't even get it past the first down marker.
Running into the kicker, number 20, Spring Lake Park. It's a 5-yard penalty.
So it'll be running into the kicker, 5 yards. Get a chance to punt it again.
See him get a piece of his ankle. Hopefully he's okay. Mal Edwards coming out and talking to the officials. Doesn't agree with it. I think he thinks more than just a 5-yard. He's not going to win the argument.
Hoping for the 15-yard and automatic first down. He's not going to get that. Official almost marked the yardage off the wrong way. Now he's got it, so
well, good punt here. Can put him in a long field situation.
Much better boot. Fair catch called for and made at about the 29-yard line by Sam Fritz.
And again, in this situation, you just your defense. You're calling on your defense here to make some plays.
So the Panthers right back on offense now with a 7-point lead. 8:36 remaining in the fourth quarter. Dunbar keeper left side, and he's going to dive forward a gain of about 3.
You know, and Spring Lake Park's going to be happy just to continue to take time off the clock and run the football the way that they've been successful at doing it here this evening.
It's what they do. They owned the ball in the first half, had it for almost 10 minutes. And their last drive, nice and long, and ended the way they wanted it to. In the end zone. So now 2nd and 6. Handoff goes to Bergman up the middle. And he's going to be stopped short of a first down, but it'll be 3rd and about 2.
And the clock continues to move. Cardinals getting a couple of fresh bodies in on that inside portion of the front 4 or the front 3 form. This is the second time tonight.
Number 45 defense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Second time they've given up a first down on an encroachment penalty. Last time was on a 4th down play.
And that's a discipline penalty. You can't allow that to happen.
So 1st and 10 from their 43. Keeper again by Dunbar and
ball's
held up
out
by Nolan.
Yeah, he was on the ground.
He was on the ground.
Yeah.
Nolan got a hold of him and Tedrow took him down. Gain of about 4 again though. And once more, if you can get 4 yards, you never see 4th down.
Exactly. Nolan got a piece of him, and Tedrow finished him up.
Second and 6. Again, Dunbar reaching for the midfield line. It'll be 3rd and 3.
Biggest third down of the game for this defense for Coon Rapids right here.
And any they should face from here on out.
Yes, this is true.
They get increasingly
more important as the game winds down.
But this one is big. This would be a big stop right
here. They need a stop right here.
Certainly, this is punt territory.
Yep.
They get a stop here. They get the ball back. Still a lot of time left. Just under 6 minutes remaining, 4th quarter. Handoff Bergman in the backfield, and he's buried. Loss of a yard. And the Panthers will be forced to punt.
punt with plenty of time remaining. And Bergman doing a nice job, and look at the defense just winning the battle at the point of attack, and that's what they haven't done as much as they would have liked to have.
They're going to keep the offense out there. They're going to go for it on 4th and 5.
Well, see if they draw them. They're going to see. I want to see if they try and draw them offside. Because if they don't make it here, they don't want to give them this short kind of a field. Be surprised if they run a play.
Cardinals cannot jump. There is no question. And there's the timeout. Cardinals able to stay strong that time.
Yeah, and they had to. And I'm sure they heard it from the coaching staff from the sideline saying, don't you jump. We've seen it in a couple of situations here tonight. The defense getting the stop, doing their job. They'll turn the ball back over to the offense. Now it's the offense turn to see if they can march here. Come down to the arm of that young man, Jake Van Hulsen. We've seen him make some very fine throws here tonight. Carr's got to watch for that fake. I'm sure they're not going to do it in this situation.
Shai Williams back awaiting the punt. It will bounce. He will take it from the 18. Find a little bit of room on the right side, back into the middle, and dives forward out across the 30 to the 32-yard line.
Nerves of steel.
I don't like it.
I know.
Especially that one. He had all day to get up under it and catch it on the fly, but.
Well, and the thing too is that obviously he's got to field it in this situation, which turned into a nice return. But you also have to be concerned about letting it go and give yourself a long field as well. So it's kind of a catch-22 situation. But Shai did a nice job of.
Just scares me.
Yeah, I know it does for me as well.
Van Hulsen with the Cardinals at the line, 1st and 10 from their own 32. Throws right, complete to Marshall Holland, a gain of 6.
His first catch of the day, I believe.
Looks left, pass complete to Tao, hit immediately. And they're going to throw a flag on Bergman for the tackle, and they're going to give him 15 yards.
That's the Aaron Rodgers rule.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
Yeah. He brought him down to the ground. It looked like a clean tackle to me.
Solid tackle, but flag came in immediately. Bergman looked at the official like, what'd I do? It was a catch for essentially no
illegal
gain.
helmet contact.
Oh, helmet to helmet, that's
defense. Why. 15-yard penalty, first down.
Well, Cardinals had one earlier, and it was one of those unavoidable situations. I guess I didn't see the helmet to helmet.
We'll take a look at it here. Should get a good view of it. Oh, I don't agree with that call. I could see driving him into the turf, but the helmet to helmet didn't look like he got any.
I thought it was just a good,
I thought it was a good
tackle.
I thought so as well.
Maybe a little bit of pulling the helmet off at the end, but I don't know that he can control that.
He could not control that.
It's easy to be a critic in slow motion. Either way, it's a 15-yard penalty. Give the Cardinals a first down in Panther territory from the 47. Van Hulsen with time throws right. Incomplete, trying to find Holland going for the sideline.
Again, if you're gonna miss on that pass, you throw it to the sideline. But the only one has any chance to get it is your receiver.
Clock is tipped down, under 4 minutes remaining. Van Holzen drops back, has time. Now flush, throws, finds Von Shannon cutting across. Nice pick up to the 40-yard line.
A little short.
It'll set up 3rd and 2.
You see Shannon coming across the middle.
Good patient play and kept his eyes downfield, found Shannon running with him.
4 catches, 108 yards in that score for Von Shannon, having a wonderful evening. We saw him limp off a little bit earlier, but glad to see him back on that field.
Quick throw, right side, incomplete. Hit Shannon right in the hands, and he wasn't able to bring it in. And that'll bring up a big 4th down.
Yeah, you obviously have to make this 4th down. Yeah, and that's one Shannon would love to have back. That's a catch he should make, and most of the time does. Unfortunately, did not bring that one in.
Big play right here with only 3:08 remaining, trailing by 7. A 4th and 2 from the 39. Van Holzen, blitz coming, throws, pass, incomplete. Jordan Nolan bobbled it and could not make the catch. And that's a huge stop for the Panthers on defense.
Yeah, it's huge.
And it's 2 drop balls.
Yeah.
Those are both catchable balls.
Well, that one was a little tougher than the one that Shannon had, but yeah, you got to bring those in that situation. Easy for us to say.
It all looks easy from up here.
Yeah, that's a ball he'd love to have back.
And that gives this strong Panther offense great field position again. 1st and 10 from their own 40.
Well, they're just going to obviously continue to do what they've been doing all game long and run the ball.
Cardinals need to stop him and stop him quickly. Dunbar on the carry. He's wrapped up and stopped for a short gain by Jordan Nolan.
The Cardinals have 2 timeouts, I believe. They called one early. Clock continues to move.
Panthers come to the line, 2nd and 7. Handoff goes up the middle to Bergman. He goes nowhere.
Now
it'll be 3rd and long, and the Cardinals will take that timeout. 2:15 on the clock.
They have to at this point. They got that 1 timeout left in their pocket.
When you've got to imagine that the Panthers will make them use it, they're going to run the ball here. If they get the 1st down, game over.
Yep.
If they do not, at least the other team, well, maybe not quite game over, but
make it very difficult.
Be a huge 1st down.
Yep.
But if they don't make it, make your opponent use their last time out.
Well, which is what the Cardinals will have to do, obviously, if they able to stop them here. Coach Weber out there talking to his defense.
It's a big play. It's the biggest play of the game.
Now it's the bigger 3rd down. It's even bigger than the one before. You thought the first one was big. This is amazingly big.
It's 3rd and about 8. Dunbar pitches. It's dropped. Scoop back up by Oriana. Oriana's met.
Get him out of bounds if he can, but
Inbounds, unfortunately, after a short gain. It'll bring up 4th down. The Cardinals will use that last time. Maybe not. There it is. Now they'll take that last time out. It'll be a punting situation. Cardinals will get the ball back, but we'll have no timeouts remaining. Exactly 2 minutes on the game clock.
Well, you know, and I think, too, we'll see where they stopped it. They did get it stopped at 2 minutes.
And now our clock is also
correct
at 2 minutes.
Yes. The Spring Lake Park faithful across the way, hoping that their team can run out these last 2 minutes and they can get on the winning path again after losing 2 in a row. If the Cardinals can't get it done, they will be losers of 2 in a row.
Visiting fans certainly fired up.
Yep, and they have a reason to be. Their team's played well here, especially in the second half. They just controlled it. Cardinals not able to get on the board.
Shai Williams standing just inside his own 25-yard line. Another good punt. He'll come up and take it at the 28, hit immediately, but able to fight his way forward out close to the 32-yard line. He was hit pretty quickly,
yes,
able to hold on to the ball and more impressively fight forward for a couple of yards. 151.
Well, now
and the drama is present.
Yeah, no timeouts. Now they're going to have to work the sidelines.
Well, it depends. If you get one of those speedy receivers open over the middle,
you see the numbers for
they're going to get Von Shannon the one-on-one at the bottom of your screen. Instead, the throw goes to Miles Taylor in the flat. He's met after a gain of about 5 and stopped after a gain of 7.
Yeah, but more importantly, does not get out of bounds. The clock continues to move. The Cardinals are going to have to hustle to the line.
Still plenty of time.
Plenty of time.
Plenty of time. No timeouts. You certainly don't want to take your time getting plays in and out and snap, though. Van Holzen, quick throw right side, incomplete. Intended for Von Shannon. That was designed to be that quick hitch out.
And then get out of bounds.
Instead, it falls incomplete. 3rd and 4 from the 38. 1:20 remains. Van Holzen throws right again, this time looking for Holland, and that one's incomplete. Timing a little bit off. Looked like the pass got there before Holland was fully turned around.
Just a quick throw to the outside.
And now another 4th down situation for the Cardinals, and this is ball game right here.
Yep.
Don't make this, and it's a couple of kneel downs for the Panthers to take the win. 4th and 4 from the 38. Van Holzen takes the low snap, looks left, pass incomplete. Looking for Sonny Tao, and the Panthers are going to hold on for the 21-14 win.
And Spring Lake Park coming on the road on Coon Rapids homecoming, and they're going to get the 7-point win. 2 7-point losses back to back for Spring Lake Park. They turned the tables on Coon Rapids, and that again, that's a ball looked like it should have been caught.
A little low, but catchable.
Yep.
And Sonny Tao just not able to bring it into his body. Had a couple of of drops by multiple receivers in the last couple of drives, and that's what cost the Cardinals the most tonight.
Yep. So the Cardinals are gonna have to go back to the drawing board. They travel next week. We got a long road trip next week to Chanhassen.
Yeah. Pack a lunch.
I'll meet you at the Culvers. We'll have a little something. We'll have a pregame meal. The Culvers in Chanhassen is amazing.
Is that right?
Oh, it's the best.
I didn't know there was a difference.
Oh, there it is.
Waiting for time to tick down as far as possible before kneeling a second time. I think they may have to kneel one more time.
Happy fans across the way.
Start the handshakes. Yep, there they go.
So
they will not have to snap it again. This one's over.
Both teams go to 3-2.
Cardinals, tough couple of weeks. Lose last week only by 2, but could have been worse. They scored that touchdown late to make it look closer than it was. And tonight, just too much trouble stopping that Panther offense and their multiple runners, and could not get their own offense going in the second half.
No, and that was the key for them. Is a lot of time taken off the clock by Spring Lake Park with their running game in the second half, and as we talked about, really controlled that third quarter. And Cardinals had their chances. They just again couldn't complete those passes to keep that last drive going. And unfortunately, they're going to fall here tonight, 21-14.
We will take a short break. Be back to wrap things up from the Cardinal Stadium after this on CTN. Back at the Cardinals Stadium, Spring Lake Park spoiling things for the Cardinals on homecoming Friday, handing them a 21-14 loss, their second straight, and the Cardinals fall to 3-2 on the year.
Definitely a winnable game for Coon Rapids. Just couldn't really get things going and couldn't stop that running game for Spring Lake Park. Only 6 first downs on the night for the Cardinals, and that's something that got to concern Coach Edwards as this offense tries to continue to move the ball forward. They'll have a week to regroup. They go on the road to play Chanhassen next week, which will be a tough one as well. So the Cardinals have a few things to do to get back on the winning path.
Yeah, only 2 first downs in the second half when the Cardinals offense sputtered and hardly produced anything, did not produce any points. Spring Lake Park came out, had the short field a couple of times and poked it in, and then took that 14-point lead. The Cardinals came back. They had a couple of really big plays.
They did.
Got things going, really exciting in the late minutes of the first half. Got themselves back into the game. But, this was the first big play, the 54-yard touchdown. Von Shannon wide open behind the defense. And able to get the pass game working with Von Shannon. Ended up with over 100 yards in the score on the night. Sonny Tao, great catch.
Look at the pass,
down
too.
Inside the 5. That set up the tying touchdown by Miles Taylor. Cardinal defense came up with a big turnover in the third quarter on the goal line that would have given Spring Lake Park at the time a 21-14 lead, but the Cardinals came up big, got the stop there. Just not able to hold them all throughout that second half. And meanwhile, the Cardinal offense, as we talked about, they sputtered.
A fake punt really hurt them as well.
That was big.
Yeah.
That was on the opening drive of the third quarter. There is the turnover. The fumble by Bergman inside the 1-yard line. Ryan Corey falling on it in the end zone. But that running game just chewed up clock and chewed up yardage for the Panthers.
Yeah, I mean, they've got a number of weapons that they can use to run. Nice job there.
Bergman breaking free, or Oriana rather.
That was Oriana, yep.
Breaking free for the long touchdown. The speed right up the middle. He ran in virtually untouched. Cardinals offense, you know, they just couldn't get it happening. 4 drops in the last 2 possessions when they were trying to get in a position to tie that contest. And, you know, 1 drop you might be able to get around. Yeah, maybe even 2, but 4 drops.
On that thought, yeah. I mean, you look at 300 yards of offense, 291 yards on the ground, and that's something that the defense can't afford to let up. Cardinals, you know,
hey, they nearly doubled their yearly passing yardage. They came in with only 18.
Right there, 8 penalties, 55 yards. Also hurt him. Look at the time possession too. 28.
Well, and the timing of those penalties. Two of them led to first downs.
I'm not
you
sure
gotta
what
work
that's
on
doing.
The box.
Oh, I didn't draw the box.
You tried.
Yeah.
18. 6.
Yeah. I was trying to draw the arrow. There you go. Working on my.
You got to push the right button for the arrow, Shapiro. Oh, that's not the way I wanted it.
No, that's not the way you wanted it to go.
I wanted it going that way.
Now what do you have? There you go.
There
That's how you do it, Yund. There it is.
Yeah, 290 yards on the ground. They can run the ball. They can be effective. And they have gotten themselves back into a winning record, have the Spring Lake Park Panthers. Cardinals need to find some answers, and they need to find them fast. A long road trip, as you mentioned, to go down to Chanhassen and face the Hawks. Before that, though, we've got volleyball against Cooper on Tuesday, another Hawk team. And the Maple Grove Crimson at the Northdale Pool on Thursday. Busy week for the CTN crew next week. We're kicking off October, right? And then we will take that road trip to Chanhassen with you for that contest starting live at 7 o'clock. But that is going to do it for this edition of CTN Sports. Again, the final score is Spring Lake Park 21, Coon Rapids 14. I want to thank everybody out there for joining us, continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including Howie Shapiro, I'm Joe Young, saying good night.